What's up, guys? JP back at you once again, bringing you guys another DVD slash Blu-ray slash 4K slash VHS update. Been forever since I've done one of these. I gotta say, I think I did one at the end of last year or the beginning of this year, so it's been 8-9 months, so quite a while. And I definitely picked up a lot of stuff in that time, but at the same time, not a tremendous amount like my old updates. I've really slowed down on my pickups over the last few years. Mainly, I pick up a lot of Vinegar Syndrome stuff and partner label stuff. I recently resubscribed to TerrorVision because I've really been loving what they've been putting out lately, but I haven't got anything from them in this update. So what you're going to see here, mostly like Vinegar Syndrome partner label stuff, a few other things, but that's what I've been mainly sticking to these days. So with that said, let's jump into it. First up, I picked up a couple VHS just at a like local like video game store or something. It was actually pretty cool. They had the old school like window box arrows in there. There was like a handful of them. But they were like insanely pricey. Like they were like $80, $90, $100 and stuff. So definitely didn't buy any of that. But I did pick up a few VHS. These were all between like $1 and $5. This one I believe was $3. And that is Watchers Reborn, which I think is the fourth Watchers movie. I've never seen this one. I think I've only seen Watchers like 1 and 3, I think. But the first one is awesome. This one actually has Mark Hamill in it. I don't pick up a lot of VHS these days, but, every once in a while I'll pick up one because I do really love the format. It's very nostalgic for me. I wish I would actually pop in my VHS more often. It's so weird, like a DVD, I'm like, ugh, I don't want to watch a DVD, but I'll watch a VHS. It's so funny. But yeah, I think I recently watched Phantasm on VHS a little while ago. That was like the last one I watched. Next up here we have House on Haunted Hill. I actually don't own this on VHS at all, so I figured, it's a classic. I've recently watched this movie for the first time. And actually, yes, this was one of the ones I watched on VHS recently. So I actually did watch this. So yeah, House on Haunted Hill. It's kind of crazy, but I've never seen that movie until within the last year. So, it was definitely a blind spot for me. After that, we have Sometimes They Come Back for More. This is the only of the three that I haven't seen. It looks like it is set in the winter, which is pretty cool. I like that. Big fan of the first film. The second film is like cheesy fun. I'm curious. It's so weird that there's even a trilogy of these movies because why? Like, I can't imagine Sometimes They Come Back was a, big banger of a Stephen King movie. Like, I don't remember people liking it that much. So it's kind of weird that there's three of these. I guess it's also weird that there's, 12 or whatever Children of the Corns. But yeah, that one was a couple bucks as well. And then this one here was gifted to me by, this was actually in my friend Maddie Deering's collection, who sadly passed away. It was given to Carly, and then Carly gave it to me because she already had a copy, and that is The Emasculator. This is by, I forget who the director is, Susanna something, I think. But this is a movie that is starring, or I don't know if she's actually starring. Yeah, I think she is. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it says starring. She's not in the co-starring, but starring Carly Sonnefeld. So, yeah, pretty cool. I haven't watched this yet, so I haven't really seen how she does in it or anything. But that's her on the back there, I believe. But curious to check it out. I think it's like a rape revenge movie or something like that, shot on video, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, that is the VHS. Not a lot, honestly, but more than I've had recently. After that, we have our lone DVD, I think. I think this is the only DVD I picked up. And this was a Walmart pickup. It was like $5, and I was like, yeah, hell, why not? It's one of those old Roger Corman cult classic double features from Shout Factory. They released a ton of Roger Corman stuff. Pretty much like the whole line of Roger Corman titles came from Shout Factory. And this is one I never picked up. I don't actually own a lot of the old DVD cult classic releases. I think I own Piranha and maybe like a couple other ones, Slumber Party Massacre 1, 2, and 3. But yeah, this has Death Sport and Battle Truck, which, you know, Roger Corman, the king of exploitation. Pretty cool guy. I like watching his movies. They're very fun. So yeah, these I figured, you know, it's a DVD, but it was $5, so why not, you know? Not sure when I'll ever watch those. After that, we'll get into some regular just Blu-rays that I picked up throughout time here. And the first up is The Beast from the Haunted Cave and Ski Troop Attack. We were doing a 1959 top 10 list on 22 shots, and Beast from the Haunted Cave is a 1959 movie, so I did pick that up. I think, is Ski Troop 2? I'm not sure. But anyway, I really like, this is from Film Masters. I really like these releases. I've picked up, I think, 3 of them so far, and this is, I like this company. They're pretty cool. They put out a lot of like old, probably public domain movies, but you know, the transfers are pretty good. Definitely worth picking up if you're into, you know, the monster movies of yesteryear. After that, my one and only indicator release, and that is The Black Pit of Dr. M, which is a Spanish or Mexican film. And it also is a 1959 movie. This movie actually is really good. So if you've never seen this one, it's definitely worth checking out. Kind of creative and interesting for the time. I actually did pick up Maxine on 4K. Or no, this is actually Blu-ray. This was at, I believe, Walmart I picked this up. I think it was like pretty cheap, like $7 or something like that. I actually don't own X or Pearl on DVD or Blu-ray or 4K or anything on disc. But I will pick them up eventually. Maxine, I actually was very disappointed with. I didn't really care for it too much. I bought this specifically, 1, because it was cheap, and 2, I kind of want to revisit it and see if I like it a little bit more in hindsight. Pearl was my #1 movie of the year. It came out. X also made my top 10 that year. And Maxine didn't even come close to my list. The last year did it come out, I think. So yeah, need to revisit that one, see if I like it a little bit more. I just thought that it didn't really do what I was looking for, and it was kind of, it actually became laughable at times, which it just was weird to me. I don't know. Anyway, moving on here, another Scream Factory I found at, I guess it's not a Scream Factory, it just looks like one. It's a Scream box. That is Terrifier 2. Just the collector's edition threw me off. I thought it was a Scream Factory. Like, it's the same font, like same style. But yeah, this is a Scream box release. Terrifier 2, big fan of the Terrifier movies. Terrifier 2 I like more than Terrifier 1, and I think Terrifier 3 I like more than Terrifier 2, so they've just been getting better. Pretty cool movie. This one's super long, but yeah, I think Art the Clown is such a fantastic character, so love to see it. Looking forward to Terrifier 4. After that, we have The Night of the Blood Beast and Attack of the Giant Leeches. This is another one of those double features here. I think Attack of the Giant Leeches is 1959. That's why I grabbed it. The movie's ridiculous. Out of all the like movies from 1959 that are like animal related, like Giant Leeches, Giant Gila Monster, I love The Killer Shrews. That's the one that really worked for me. It even made my top 10 of 1959. But yeah, I do really like these Film Master releases, especially the like double feature concept. It's pretty cool. After that, I got a couple of things here that I picked up at Gross Fest, which is a independent horror convention here in the Pittsburgh area. First up here is Night of the Dead Sorority Babes. This one has Lynn Lowry in it. Mel Heflin, who I met and that's who signed this one, I believe. And then it also has Jessa Flux in it as well. So that's pretty cool. Independent films, you know, try to support them when I can. After that, we have Wally Meets Popeye. This is a Steve Rudzinski film. I've seen a handful of Steve's films now, and I really like him as a filmmaker. Probably one of the better independent, no-budget filmmakers that are out there. Local Pittsburgh guy, and this one stars Ben Deedles, who is this guy right here, who is absolutely hilarious. One of my favorite indie actors. He's awesome. And then we have Carly, actually is in this as well. There she is there. She plays Olive Oil in Wally Meets Popeye. This is actually not like a horror film. It's like actually like a family film a little bit, which is pretty funny because everybody was making the horror Popeyes, and Steve's like, I'm just gonna make a Popeye movie. It's pretty fun. It's short. It's like an hour, but it's good stuff. After that, I picked up this movie from a guy that I've met a handful of times named Addison, and it's his film Magnum Opus, the movie, which is essentially a like Jackass-inspired thing that had been compiled from like 20 years of like footage that this guy had. So it's sort of like a Jackass type thing, but made by like kids throughout the last whatever 20 years or so. So yeah, pretty cool. After that, another Steve Rudzinski film, Carousel 2, or the second. I picked this one up. I have not seen the first one, but I did pick it up from him last year or the year before, so I figured I would grab the second one. There is a third one as well, which I'll probably get next year. And then we have XXX Mass, which picked this one up off of Jessa, who had it at her table. And I'm a sucker for Christmas movies, so that was the one that I went with. Looks super sleazy, probably pretty fun, so that's pretty cool. Who else is in here? Anybody I know? Oh, Felissa Rose is in here. Drew Mervick. Pretty much all I know out of there. So yeah, that is XXX Mass. Pretty cool. Another Christmas movie. This one is a cheesy Xmas, or Christmas, which I believe is a movie from another movie. It's like it's Steve Rudzinski did a movie called something. What the heck was it? An Amityville Christmas, I believe. Or no, was that the one? He did do an Amityville Christmas, but I don't know if that was the one that I'm thinking of. Might be. I can't remember. But anyway, there's a movie in that movie. Or no, it's Curtains for Christmas. That's the one I'm thinking of. Jesus. Curtains for Christmas. There's a movie that they show inside that movie, and he made that movie, which is this movie. So, yeah, Cheesy Christmas. So, there's that. After that, we have one that I picked up a while back. I think I probably grabbed it before the last update, but I don't think I showed it. It was in my car, actually, for like a year. And that is Out There, the Halloween Mega Tape. This is WNUF2 here on Blu-ray. And this actually is a TerraVision release, so I lied. I did pick up a TerraVision release. But this one I picked up at a convention, I believe. And I think back in like March or something, and it was in my duffel bag in my trunk for a long time. I totally forgot about it. So yeah, I love this movie though. I saw it in the theater a few years ago when it came out. It's just as strong as the first WNUF in my opinion. One of the coolest little types of movies out there. Alright, so I did pick up a few Kinos at a Kino sale. So first up here we have In Search of Dracula, which is 1975. I don't know if I ever saw this one. Christopher Lee. This one I was pretty excited about. This was a cool Kino cult release, and that is The Classic Ghosts, 1970s Gothic television, restored and rediscovered. So I'm not sure what this is, but it seems to be... it's a series of 5 feature-length teleplays shot on videotape and beautifully preserved by the Television Archive. So yeah, this seems to be some sort of like British ghost shows or something like that, teleplays, if you will. So that's pretty cool. I thought that was just a neat little thing, and it's from the 1973. So cool little piece of horror history there. This will probably be something that I pop in around Halloween time. It just seems like cool, or even maybe Christmas time. You know, Christmas always has been like great for ghost stories and stuff. After that, we have a double feature here. This is actually 4K. That is Endless Night, Agatha Christie's Endless Night, as well as Picture Mommy Dead, two terrifying thrillers, Peril and Distress, which is pretty cool. I like 1972 and 1966. Gotta love the stuff that Kino releases, man. A lot of good stuff there. After that, and these were really cheap, you know. Kino's sales are always just such a good deal that it's hard to pass them up, you know. After that, I heard this film's pretty fun. Another, no, this actually is not a Kino call. 1987's Rolling Vengeance Monster Truck. It's pretty cool looking. I believe Moods and Tony told me that one's a lot of fun, so looking forward to that one. After that, we have the Asphyx. I saw this a few years ago, 1972. I thought it was really solid, actually, so looking forward to revisiting that one as well. After that, one that has honestly been missing in my, sort of like a little bit of a blind spot for me. It is Ganja and Hess. Love me some blaxploitation films, so, and this is sort of like one of the notable blaxploitation horror films, so kind of surprised I haven't seen it before, but looking forward to checking it out. Pretty cool looking movie. I hear it's pretty good, so Ganja and Hess. After that, we have 1965's Dark Intruder, that has Leslie Nielsen in it, actually, which is pretty interesting. Don't know anything about it, but, you know, $10 Kinos, man, I'm willing to blind buy a lot of that stuff because it's just worth it, usually. After that, a honestly, like, missing title in my like lexicon of movies, and that is I'm Dangerous Tonight by Tobe Hooper. Like, sort of one of the only Tobe Hooper films I don't own or haven't seen. I think it's like a thriller from 1990. Has a great cast. You got R. Lee Ermey, Dee Wallace, Anthony Perkins. Like, that's pretty stellar. And I think I've actually heard that this is a pretty good movie, so or, you know, underrated a little bit. So that's pretty cool, dude. I was waiting for this to go on sale, like, forever from Kino, because just like it's a curiosity for me, because Tobe Hooper, one of my all-time favorite directors, you know, a master of horror. It's just a title that I've never seen by him, so, yeah. After that, a movie that I have seen, and I watched this recently for 1959, and I was like, dude, next time this is on the Kino sale, I'm definitely picking it up because I really like this movie. That is 4D Man. It's a lot of fun. It's a sci-fi movie from 1959. It's like sort of one of those mad scientist movies of the time, but I thought it was pretty decent, so I really liked that one. After that, I think this might be it for the Kino pickups. We have the Blood Beast of Terror, or Blood Beast Terror, from 1968, starring Peter Cushing. So yeah, I think I may have seen this one before, but I can't quite remember. I might have watched it during my 1968 top 10 prep, but I didn't really watch a ton back then. That was like one of the first retro ones we did, so not super familiar if I got to it or not. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the Kino titles that I picked up. I thought was a pretty good haul. Anytime Kino has a sale, I try to drop like at least like $100. Usually most of their titles are like $10 each, and it's awesome to sort of just pick up, you know, 10 or 15 of them, and then you got some good shit to watch for the Halloween season, which is often when I delve into my Kinos. It just has that vibe. It always has to me. Okay, after that, we have these two 4Ks that I had to pick up. They were so expensive for a while, and I was just like, I ended up using like rewards points or a gift card or something like that, and they dropped at $25 each. I was like, yeah, I'll get them. That is Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X. Jason Goes to Hell is actually like a favorite of mine. I love Jason Goes to Hell. I know that's pretty crazy for people, but one thing I was really happy about with this is the unrated cut is also on here, and it's a 4K transfer, which is awesome because was the Scream Factory release that either didn't have the unrated cut or it wasn't in HD or something. I can't remember, but that's a big no-no because the unrated cut's way better. Jason X, I've never been a really big fan of this movie, but it's my least favorite Friday the 13th out of all 12 of them. But you know, it's all right. It's I give it like a 5.5 out of 10. It's like the only one I have rated that low. I think my lowest besides that is like a 7. So definitely a step down for me out of the rest of the series. But Jason is my favorite horror movie villain and also my favorite franchise. So I'm gonna pick up the 4K releases. And honestly, I kind of like what they're doing with the sort of split down the middle with like something, and then the two Jason faces and stuff. I think that's pretty cool. They did that with the remake that they released as well. I'm curious if they're going to release the other ones. Anyway, after that, we have my Lone Unearthed Films pickup. That is Dr. Lamb. We're recently doing Top 10 of 1992. So I picked that up for 1992. And we also covered it on, I think we did Category 3, Volume 2. And this was one of the titles. So yeah, pretty good movie, but I was a little bit disappointed with it. I think I expected a little bit more. And then just another Walmart pickup. This was like in the $5 bin or something. I thought it was a good deal. We got Logan's Run, The Omega Man, and Soylent Green, which I think are, you know, some 70s movies that are pretty popular. Like I think they're like apocalyptic movies or something like that, but pretty cool release. You know, I haven't bought one of these like cheapy like triple pack Walmart type releases in such a long time, but yeah, 3 movies that I actually didn't own, so I decided to give it a shot. All right, so now we're gonna get into like the Vinegar Syndrome stuff. I have Vinegar Syndrome and partner label stuff coming up, so that's what we're going to do next. So first up here we have Deadly Obsession, the films of Bill Reeves. This is a VH Shitfest release. The Gut Wrencher, the Who Shot Mean BR, Ghost and Angel Stories from Around the World, Terminal Targets, The Card Game, Ghost Stories from Indonesia, Deadly Obsession. I don't know if these are all movies or what. Holy shit. 596 minutes. I assume they are movies. Jesus. Yeah, not quite sure about this. Who knows how tolerable the movies are. I think all shot on video movies from the 90s, it looked like. I think it was. Yeah, 87 to 2001, I guess. After that, we have a documentary. This is a Shudder release, and that is Sharksploitation. I did watch this documentary. I thought it was pretty cool, man. It's just a documentary on like the love and fandom of shark movies and the sharksploitation history. You know, it's pretty cool. After that, we have this one is from Kim Shim. I'm not sure which sublabel this is. Only the River Flows. This one just looked kind of cool. I don't know. Sometimes every once in a while, like when I'm looking at the partner labels, if it's like sort of a lighter month where I'm not getting like a bunch of stuff, I will just like pick a random one that like the cover looks cool or something. So that is Only the River Flows. I am a subscriber, so I get the 50% off retail price or whatever, which is pretty nice. It definitely makes it a lot more easy to pick up some of the partner label stuff. After that, we have a Bleeding Skull release, and I think I picked up one other Bleeding Skull, and I was very happy with it a while back. So yeah, I went with another one, which I think this movie has been released before, like, or I've seen it before or something. I can't remember, but it's The Soul Tangler. Um, I'm not. I don't think I've. I can't remember. I feel like I've seen this before, but I'm not sure. After that, we have one from Brainstorm Media, and that is Consumed. This one just kind of looked cool. Not really sure what it's about or anything, but it was from 2024. It looked kind of cool, so I went with it. After that, we have I think I picked this up during a sale. It was from Dark Star. I missed out on it originally, but it was Marfa Girl 1 and Marfa Girl 2. Two films, I think two of the last films by Larry Clark that he made, 2012 and 2018. I actually watched both of these, and I thought they were pretty good. They're not as good as like Kids or Bully, but I thought it was a pretty solid effort by Larry Clark, and I actually liked how they sequelized it and like took place 10 years later or however long, 8 years later, 6 years later. I thought it was pretty cool. After that, we have Cannibal Girls. This is a Canadian International Pictures, I believe, release, and yeah, this is a pretty fun little Canadian film. Definitely has that like Bob Clark of the 70s vibe to it. Thought it was pretty cool. After that, this one is from, I think this is Connie, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Connie, and it is Kissap Mata in the Wink of an Eye. This is a movie that actually Tyler convinced me to pick up, and it's actually really good. It's, I believe, is it Filipino? I think so. Yeah, Filipino. Yeah, it's a pretty good movie about a very controlling father and stuff like that. Kind of like a thriller, but, dark. Pretty good. I really liked it. After that, we have Severance, which I recently just watched this, and then Magnolia put it out on the sublabel. And this is a really fun horror comedy from like the, I think, mid 2000s, yeah, 2006, British. It's actually really fun. Magnolia needs to put out more stuff. I love a lot of the movies that they put out back in the day. I have them on DVD, a lot of them on DVD, and everything they've put out so far has been great, but they've just been putting out stuff so slowly. I think this is the third release, and they have such a cool catalog, so I would love to see them put out more things. Next up is some IFC ones. We have Autoerotic. This is a Joe Swanberg and Adam Wingard movie, which is, I think I might have seen this before, but I thought it was cool. Adam Wingard's a pretty interesting filmmaker. He has like such a big filmography before he got like his big movies, so it's kind of interesting to go back and see some of his older stuff. After that, we have Sleeping Beauty, which I think I remember seeing this back when it came out. It's a very weird movie. I think 2011 this one came out. After that, we have Ghostlight, which I heard this is a really good movie, but it's not like a horror movie. I just picked it up because I heard it was good before. I think Dan was talking about it too. After that, we have We Are What We Are, which is a pretty good movie from my memory. I think it's Spanish. Again, IFC has a really good catalog of movies, similar to Magnet, so it's kind of cool to see them put out stuff, but I'm gonna be honest, like, they haven't really been knocking it out of the park. We Are What We Are is a good release. Autoerotic was a good release, but half the time, I think this is the 14th release. I think I have like 6 from IFC, and that's even like sort of pushing it, so they need to dig into the vault and get like the good stuff, you know. Let me move some stuff around here. Okay. After that, we have, this is Saturn's Core. We have My Crepitus. I Never Left the White Room. I think this is a shot on video movie from somewhere. A lot of times I just take a gamble on Saturn's Core because they've honestly not really disappointed me much, and I've enjoyed a lot of the shot on video stuff that they've put out, and it's definitely like broadened my horizon on these type of movies. So I do really, I think Saturn Square is one of the best sublabels. After that, we have Twisted Issues, a psychopunk splatter comedy by Charles Pinion, 80-minute movie. Yeah, so not sure about that one either. After that, we have, this one looks kind of cool actually. It's called You Are Alone. You Are Alone. You Are Alone. You Are Alone. So yeah, I don't know. A lot of these I don't know a lot about, but after that we have Bone Sickness, which I thought was a really awesome one. One of my favorite like video type shot on. I think it was shot on. It was like edited on tape or something. I can't remember. But this is a really awesome movie. I mean, what they do in this movie is incredible. Like, they really go above and beyond what you normally are able to see in no-budget movies. Like, there's explosions and car crashes and stuff. Pretty incredible stuff. This was like sort of a masterpiece of like the SOV type movies for me. I was like, wow. I was very impressed with that movie. After that, we have Lydia Lunch, The Gun is Loaded, and Road Rant. Not really sure what this chick's movies are about, but I picked it up. After that, we have Rot, and this one was really good, actually. It is... Who directed this? Marcus Cook, I think. Is it Koch, Cook, or Cock? I don't know. But yeah, I know the name. I know that I've heard of the guy. This was really fun as well. This is a pretty cool, gnarly movie, so definitely worth checking out if you've never seen it. After that, we have some Agfa stuff, The Sword and the Claw. I think this was one of their old releases that they re-released. This one I picked up on sale because I was like, I've seen it for years, like, listed, and I was just like, I just need to see this one day. It looks so ridiculous. It's a Bat Pussy, which I think is literally like a, like, adult Batman parody. Like, they don't even know what year it came out. This is 1907 with a little, question mark. 1970 something, I guess. I mean, you have a girl named Dora Dildo in here. So yeah, I picked that up. After that, we have Love After Death, a shock thriller, lust and terror. Stay tuned for a surprise ending. Buried Alive, Love After Death. I don't know if this is two movies or one movie. Oh, it is two movies. Love After Death and The Good, the Bad, and the Beautiful. 1968 and 1970. Pretty cool. Agfa does a really fun stuff. I enjoy them. After that, we have Agfa Mixtape Mystery Vault. They do a lot of fun stuff like this as well. This is a 2-disc, 500-minute odyssey that collects 8 feature-length VHS mixtapes from the crackpots at Agfa, including 2 that have only ever been available theatrically. This is just fun, awesome stuff that they do, man. I really like this stuff. After that, we have the Scare Film Archives Volume 2, Danger Stories. I don't think I have the Scare Film Archives Volume 1, though. That's the problem. I think, what is this, like, workplace, dismember... this is like educational, like safety films, I think, which is just hilarious from, looks like the 50s, the 70s, and the 80s. So yeah, these look really fun. I need to pick up the first volume if it's still in print. I just love the preservation of this goofy shit. Teenage Gang Debs, this one is just, I think, a movie, but this looks cool as well. You gotta love Agfa, dude. They do a lot of fun stuff. Drugorama Video Party, Help, Wanted Female, Hedonistic Pleasures, Alice in Acidland, and The Hard Road. Cool, dude. They do fun stuff like that. That's it for Agfa. Then I grabbed Dystropix. This is the only release I have by them, I think. Confessions of a Psycho Cat and The Fat Black Pussycat. Cool. I think, I don't know what is Distrapix. Like, I know it's a sublabel of Vinegar Syndrome, but I don't really know what they do, if it's like adult stuff or what. But this was funny because this release was like, I don't know, like $17 or something like that, but with the slipcover it was like 30 or something. I was like, dude, I'll just get it without the slipcover, man. Because that's like an insane... I don't know if it was a mistake or what, but I think Tony did the same thing. Alright, let's get into a couple of DeGosser video, which is definitely one of the funnest lines on the Vinegar Syndrome sublabels. We have 38 Special. This was actually one of my least favorite releases, but it's like a Mexican like crime film. After that, we have Criminally Insane 2. Pretty fun. Not as good as the first one, unfortunately. But, you know, pretty okay still. Sorry, I gotta move some things around. Getting a little crazy here. Alright, after that, the last DeGosser is 5 Dead on a Crimson Canvas. This is basically... American Giallo from the 90s. It was pretty cool. Definitely a little standard and a little bit boring, but I mean, the novelty of it's pretty cool. After that, we have one of the, what do you call these? The VSUs, number 12. We have The Golden Child, starring Eddie Murphy. I've never seen this movie. I don't know really anything about it, but, you know, pretty interesting. And then after that, we have... number 13, which is Mac and Me, which I've never actually seen until we just covered it on the Sin Bin, and I thought it was pretty fun. It's a really ridiculous movie. I like it more than E.T. I'm not a big E.T. guy, but yeah, Mac and Me. It was honestly pretty hilarious. All right, after that, we have... Oh, man. Let's do these ones. So we have the Cinematographe releases that I picked up. Probably one of my least favorite sublabels from Vinegar Syndrome, but I keep buying them. I know it's kind of ridiculous, but I have them all, and I've never been able to collect like a full line from the beginning from Vinegar Syndrome. Like, even the VSAs, I'm missing like the first like 20 or something, so I don't know. It goes up and down. Like, sometimes the releases I like maybe more than some of my co-hosts and stuff, but once I actually check them out, I'm like, they're not too bad. But the price is just the problem. They're too expensive for like how good they are. After that, we have Female Perversions. I watched this. I thought it was pretty decent. I know it looks still sealed, but I kind of left the cellophane on the outside, kind of to hold the J card. But yeah, it was alright. It was not bad. Kind of a feminist movie a little bit. After that, we have Last of the Red Hot Lovers. I heard this one was pretty good. I think it's like a teen sex comedy or something like that. Oh, actually, while I'm here, so I guess I'll show you guys the number I got. This is 201 out of 3,000. This one is 221 out of 3,000, and this one is 1433 out of 3,000. Next up, we have Drop Zone, which is more like an action movie. It looks kind of like it could be fun. I think it's Wesley Snipes is in this one. I think, yeah, Wesley Snipes. Blade himself. This one is 457 out of 5,000 on Drop Zone. Then we have kind of an interesting one here. We have Swimming to Cambodia. This is 976 out of 3,000. Then we have another one that I did not watch yet. This one's Breathless, 2,755 out of 5,000. So it's kind of weird. I get numbers all over the place. After that, we have... This one is We're No Angels, Robert De Niro and Sean Penn. This one is 983 out of 4,000. Then we have one that I actually watched. We have A New Leaf, which I thought was pretty good, actually. It was a pretty fun little dark comedy from the 70s, early 70s, kind of like a screwball comedy type thing. But yeah, this is 2,291 out of 5,000. And then I think I have two more releases from Cinematographe here. We have The Woman Chaser from the year 1999, 2,578 is the number on that one. And then Mixed Blood, 599 on that one. Kind of weird, like how I get all kind of different numbers. I'm gonna sit these down here because I don't have any room. All right, after that, we have some VSLs. This one is The Mansion of Madness. I heard this movie was not good, but I heard it after I picked it up, so. After that, we have The Belly of the Architect, another movie I heard was pretty boring. VSLs are a little hit and miss, I guess, but I heard that after I picked it up, so yeah. After that, one that I did watch and I really did like, and that is Charlie One Eye, which is a VSL. It's sort of like a blaxploitation movie a little bit, black western. Pretty good, really enjoyed it. After that, we have The Fire Maidens of Outer Space. Kind of an interesting one. After that, we have Castle of Evil. Looks pretty fun, actually. So, it's a pretty cool one. That's it for the VSLs. Now we have some VSAs. We have Igor and the Lunatics. This movie kind of sucks, but it's a trauma film. But it does fit the VSA line, that's for sure. These ones I heard are really fun, but I haven't checked them out yet. This is Iron Angels 1, 2, and 3. I actually got number 57 out of 5,000. What was Igor? 351 out of 4,000. I think that might be the lowest number I have out of all of my numbers. So, out of any release, pretty cool. After that, we have the Nick Millard Action Collection, which this is a pretty cool release. I think there's like 5 movies on here. 357 Magnum, Alcatraz Breakout, One Armed Warrior, Street Race, and Shotgun. I think these were all done on like, was it like Super 16 or something like that? I can't remember. But yeah, pretty cool release there from Vinegar Syndrome. The VSA. There's a cool little video online about how they put this set together or whatever. 458 on that VSA. This one, actually, 3,728 out of 5,000. Jesus. That is Robo Warriors. This one just looks ridiculous and fun. And then we move on to the Vinegar Syndrome proper releases. So we have The Carpenter on Blu-ray. Very excited that this was released. This is a pretty fun, cool slasher from the 80s, late 80s, I believe. I think it's like 1989. It's pretty fun. It's like one of those occupational slasher movies, like, you know, Ice Cream Man or The Dentist or Dr. Giggles or The Plumber. I don't know if The Plumber's real. The Carpenter. Which is this movie. After that, we have, there's a little nudity on there. I think you can't show nudity on YouTube still. White Cannibal Queen. Pretty bad, awful movie. Not very good at all. Jess Franco, not one of his best. Then we have The Possession of Joel Delaney, which is a pretty good movie from 1972. Kind of controversial with something that happens in the end of the movie that I didn't really know about, like the backstory behind it. So, you know, kind of eye-opening when somebody left a comment telling us to not laugh at it. So yeah, The Possession of Joel Delaney. If you've never seen it, check it out. It's pretty good. After that, we have Forgotten Gialli Volume 8. This one has Rings of Fear, Reflections in Black, and AAA Masseuse Good Looking offers her service. Pretty cool. The 8th Forgotten Gialli at this point. Pretty nuts. Then we have a double feature of Devil Fetus and Her Vengeance. I think both of these are Category 3. I actually think I like Her Vengeance a little bit more than Devil Fetus, but both are pretty cool, honestly. After that, we have Brimstone and Trickle. Brimstone and Tricell. I don't know what it's called, but it looks weird. After that, we'll speed through the rest of these guys. We have Devil Doll and Curse of the Voodoo. So, yeah, pretty cool. Devil Doll is one of Moods' hidden gems, so I want to check that out. After that, we have The Nesting. This movie looks like it's going to be like a crazy slasher, but it's like a haunting movie. It's pretty good, but don't expect a slasher, which is what I did, and that's kind of disappointing if you expect a slasher. After that, dang, more nudity. So we have Murder Rock, which is a Lucio Fulci film. Honestly, it was alright. Like, the way that the people were getting killed, like, it's a giallo, was pretty cool, but it kind of got, like, it wore a little thin after a while, and, like, there's not a lot of gore, which you don't really expect because it's a Fulci film, but it's kind of cool. Like, I think I will like it more with repeat viewings. After that, we have The Dark Half. I've never actually seen this movie, but this is a pretty gnarly addition that Vinegar Syndrome did here. After that, we have Jade, which is a William Friedkin film. I heard it's honestly like kind of mid, so not in a rush to check it out. After that, we have Let's Scare Jessica to Death. I really love this movie. Total like regional horror film. I actually really like the cover to this too. It's like simple, but it works. Love like regional stuff, and as I'm getting older, like I'm really starting to fall in love with like movies of the 70s more than I already have been. But yeah, that's Let's Scare Jessica to Death. Did it really need an upgrade? Not necessarily, but, you know, it's a pretty fun movie. After that, we have Dirty Work, which was absolutely hilarious. I loved it. Never seen this movie, never really heard of this movie growing up, but it was really cool to see such a fun movie get this amazing edition. This is like the first time you have like the dirtier cut, which is kind of crazy how Vinegar Syndrome like went and put it together and stuff. There's a really cool like feature about that and like how hard it was to create that version. So definitely check that out if you haven't. After that, we have Carrie 2, The Rage. Honestly, I really like Carrie 2, The Rage, or The Rage Carrie 2. Did I need to upgrade it to 4K? Probably not. After that, we have Young Gary, Monster from the Deep. I think this is a Japanese monster movie. Pretty cool. After that, probably one of the like weirdest releases, The Card Player. I think Scorpion released a Blu-ray a couple years ago, and it was kind of fine for it's Argento's worst movie. So kind of weird to see like a great, like amazing addition on this one from Vinegar Syndrome, but whatever. I will always take a 4K of one of my favorite filmmakers. I'll buy all of Argento's movies in 4K if I have the opportunity. After that, we have Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD. I've never seen this. It's a trauma movie. I am curious. After that, we have the first of the double release of the two-part re-release of Larry Fesseden's movies. We all know that Scream Factory put out a set like 10 years ago called like the Larry Fessenden Collection. It had like 4 of his movies. Vinegar Syndrome essentially is putting that box set out, split up into 2 box sets, 2 films each, and they're upgrades to 4K. So this is the first one of Monsters and Madness, the films of Larry Fessenden. And honestly, I actually kind of like this set, even though I was kind of hating on it at first because I didn't really need to upgrade those. I still haven't even finished the Blu-ray set from Scream Factory. And I'm just not loving seeing all these like Scream Factory re-releases, especially since like a lot of the early Scream Factories I actually own already. But this is a pretty nice set, honestly. If you don't own these movies, this would be a great set to pick up. And finally, last up is a movie that I've never really heard of or seen, and that is Playroom. But I heard that from what I read, it seems pretty cool. So we're actually doing this as a featured review on the next 22 Shots, or not 22 Shots, Sin Bin podcast. So check that out. Anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. That is everything I picked up. A lot of Vinegar Syndrome, like I said. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next one. 31 Days of Horror is coming up. I think I'm doing it again this year. I'm going to succeed at 2 years in a row. I've never done that before. Never did 2 years in a row, succeeding in both years. So we're going to try it. So with that said, I will talk to you guys later. Peace.